Yeah, I wanted any listener to know the type of COVID protocols that the Michigan Department of Corrections and the Macomb Correctional Facility implement for COVID. And I say that because they are so hypocritical and against science, just as they did school lockdowns in society. It made no one safer, and the only thing it did was hurt the children. Well, locking down prisons and implementing these protocols as they are at the Macomb Correctional Facility does nothing but make society and prison unsafe. They have protocols right now that are implemented by Warden George Stevenson, Donald Rickenstrick, Chris Steese, and Assistant Deputy Warden Greason. George Stevenson is the warden, Donald Rickenstrick is the deputy warden, and Christopher Steese is also a assistant deputy warden. Well, the COVID protocols consist of locking everything down, separating all units. We have 6 units inside the facility. All are separated, and we each get an hour yard. But we can go down to day rooms together. Yep. Only our unit. We're allowed religious services together, just our unit, and we're allowed law library. And from 5 to whatever, 15 people can go to law library. The religious services is probably about 30, 40 goes. But they canceled all rehabilitative programming. And those programs are only based on units. So I'm in Housing Unit 1, and there's social psychologists or social workers or psychologists, clinical psychologists that run classes for addiction, for violence prevention, and all the prisoners that attend those classes lock in Housing Unit 1. The class consists of 7 to 10 prisoners, but those are canceled due to COVID. So now those prisoners who are supposed to be going home, they're right at the door seeing the parole board, if not already seen the parole board waiting to finish this class, are canceled. But those same 7 to 10 prisoners can go to law library together, sit right next to each other just like they would a classroom, in the same building that they would do their class in, or those same 7 to 10 prisoners can sit in a day room together, or they can sit at church together. That does not make any sense.
What's the effect of them with their parole or getting out or whatever if they can't finish those programs?
Yeah, they will not get their parole. They would not be released until they finish that class. So if this lockdown continues for a month and a half, they will be a month and a half behind being released, costing the taxpayers thousands of dollars for 1 month. Because it's just not at this facility, it's that protocol is implemented around the state. You could have 10,000 prisoners waiting to be released, but they're not going to be released because they can't finish their class. So,
but they can do it. It doesn't. The classes aren't very big because you said 5 to 15. So the classes aren't much larger than that, are they?
No, the classes. Each class consists of about 7 to 10 prisoners.
Right. Okay.
So it's a fairly small class, but what is so hypocritical is the library is in the same building that they run the classes, and the library is just set up in one of the classrooms, which would have been one of the classrooms. Yeah. So the library is the same size as the other classrooms that they sit in. Yeah. And it's the same way with GEDs.
Is it because the teachers don't want to come into the facility or can't come into the facility, or is it just purely you can't finish the programs because you can't?
No, it's the teachers come into the facility, the psychologists come into the facility, they just sit in their offices and do nothing. So that costs taxpayer dollar. If they're not going to run classes, they should not be in the facility. They should not be getting paid.
So
but that's the same thing. That's the same thing the government decisions in the United States made and in Michigan to keep students, children in grade school and high school out of school. That's why the United States is ranked so low in reading levels. The city of Detroit, they said 70% was not at a literacy rate of reading because of the lockdowns.
So basically, there's no logical explanation for why the programs have been cancelled due to the fact that the teachers are in the facility. the same amount of people will sit together at religious services or the library or whatever. So there's no logical reason why, other than what's the reason they give?
COVID. They're preventing the spread of COVID, which is again illogical because those same prisoners can sit in the day room in the housing unit together. The same 7 can sit in a circle together, just as they would in a classroom.
Here's a question. How many people, is there limitations on how many people can sit in the day room because of COVID?
No.
Okay.
No, there's not.
Okay. Are any staff in the COVID, like if they're protecting somebody from COVID, or so they say, are staff
Yes.
going in the day room? So it's...
I'm glad you brought that up because right at this moment, the only way prisoners are going to catch COVID is if staff are infected when they come in. Now, this is another illogical decision making that the MDOC and the Macomb Correctional Facility made. Staff have an option of being tested for COVID. At this moment, all prisoners are being tested every Thursday.
Yeah.
And prisoners are placed in isolation, segregation, for 14 to 21 days when they test positive for COVID. Staff do not have to. Only thing they have to do is wear a mask for 5 days. If they test positive and they are asymptomatic, which means they're still infectious, they are allowed to work. And they can come to work and wear a mask
and spread COVID.
The virus, spread COVID, and then we're placed in segregation. Now, how is that making society any safer? How is that making a prison any safer? Because all you're doing is frustrating prisoners because you're uprooting them, isolating them in segregation. And when I say segregation, that is if you got into a fight, you go to segregation. Yeah. So they're putting people in segregation for COVID.
You have 1 minute remaining.
Well, a better question to ask, that's much more simple, is how does that make any sense?
Yes.
It doesn't make any sense.
Perfect. How's that following the science? How's that? Only thing it does is allows correction officers and corrections officials from leadership down to not have to do their job. They can cancel yard. They can cancel programs. We have not had any rehabilitative programs in over 3 years in the Michigan Department of Corrections. And then they wonder why homicide rates are high, assaults are high, and everything else is high.